basketball. Blazers, Heat. Miami Heat didn't have everybody on Thursday night, but CJ McCollum had the hot hand. 21 points in the first quarter. This one would come down to the wire, though. The time running out. Dame to win it. He misses, though.
What?
But he draws the foul, and then he made free throws and snaps.
Wait, they won on free throws?
They got the win.
Well, okay, kind of on free throws, but also the sweet revenge of Derrick Jones Jr. had everything to do with it. And I understand the 6 points in the box score don't look like much, but that little go-ahead bucket right there, yeah, those 2 points qualify this as the Derrick Jones Jr. revenge game, because that's what the go-ahead bucket was, and then the free throws came.
I love the fact that the Trailblazers wore the Miami Heat practice uniform. Winner, decanting. My man CJ McCollum likes himself a good wine. And the wine's always better when you let it breathe.
Yeah.
Now, we know, because Trevor's reminded everyone since CJ McCollum's come back from injury, that he's been poor.
Put that on me.
And yet, what did he do last night? 21 points in the first quarter, 35 on the night. So needless to say, with a little decanting, CJ McCollum,
Let that thing.
here we go, my man. Welcome back.
I feel that. I feel that. All right, let's talk about the trade deadline. It is now past. Drake's friend stays in the six as the Raptors and Kyle Lowry will be together for the rest of the season. He can write some rap lyrics to that one. And Victor Oladipo is packing his bags again. The Rockets made the decision to send his talents to South Beach. I'm happy about that. I'm low-key a Heat fan. Low-key. Low-key.
Fraudulent.
I knew you were going to say that, so I said low-key. The Orlando Magic absolutely clean house, sending all-star center Nikola Vucevic to the Bulls, Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets, and Evan Fournier will be making his home in
Whip-de-doo.
Boston. He's joining you. And finally, Rajon Rondo is headed back to LA in a deal that, more importantly, sends Lemon Pepper Lou to Atlanta, which is where we all know he wants to be.
Come on home, Lou.
I mean, Trev, I guess, is very excited about that. So Magic City tweeted this. This is the greatest thing that I've ever seen. Buffalo Wild Wings, for some reason, wanted to be in this conversation. They shouldn't. Were they trying to do this?
They were hoping their lemon pepper would be the thing that sways
It's not.
the wheels. No, it's not.
I still disagree with both of you.
I'm sorry, what?
Why? Because we're talking about Buffalo Wild Wings.
Have you?
It's okay to be self-deprecating. It's okay to completely be tone deaf with how you deliver.
It's okay.
Because guess why? Guess why? We're all talking about Buffalo Wild Wings.
Dunking on them.
Actually, we're talking about Magic City, so I feel like it's a little different. All right, for winners and losers of the trade deadline, we are welcoming in our very own Tim Legler to talk about that. All right, Tim, a lot of teams were hoping to beef up their roster so they can make a playoff run. So who was the biggest winner in your mind?
I think the biggest team winner was Denver, no doubt about it. This is a team already that's a conference finalist. They've got some young stars. They've got a guy in the MVP discussion, and they've got an emerging star in Michael Porter. But now you really solidify that starting lineup by getting a guy like Aaron Gordon, who is a multidimensional defensive player, and you get him specifically for the teams you've got to match up with in the West. He's a big body. He's athletic. He can put a body on LeBron and AD and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, the guys you're going to have to get by if you want to make a run in the West. So I think Denver got the exact guy that they needed to round out their starting lineup.
Legs, naturally, I'm going to ask you about the biggest loser. I don't know why I'm on the show asking about the biggest loser. That actually fits, right? Okay, cool. I just wanted to clarify that. So, Legs, Danny Ainge really just let me down, but at least we get to save on the luxury tax for the Celtics and whatnot. So other than the Celtics, who is the biggest loser in your mind?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Philadelphia because I like Jordan Hill a lot. I'm a huge fan. He's got a lot of playoff experience, and he's going to come in. He's going to shoot the basketball in big moments. But Kyle Lowry was the guy that I felt they needed to get to bring that championship swagger to their locker room in terms of postseason. This is a group collectively with Embiid, Simmons, and Tobias Harris. You know, all of those guys have had moments where they really struggled in the playoffs, and I think that's still the big mystery with this team. Can they be consistent enough to get you through 3 rounds and into the finals? Kyle Lowry has proven he can do it. He's a leader. He leaves skin on the floor on both ends, and he's a favorite in Philadelphia. I just thought it was a home run if they could pull that off, but unfortunately came up a little bit short. He's going to stay in Toronto.
We'll consider that an early birthday or right on time birthday gift by not trading him. I'm going to go player specific, Legs. Whose quality of life improved the most on the court and maybe even off the court?
Oh, man, that has to be Victor Oladipo. And listen, you just left a team that lost 20 straight games, okay? 20 straight. dropped a 20-piece on him in Houston. Now you end up in Miami. So not only, obviously, Miami's a great place to live. Houston's a pretty cool city, too. Miami's a great place to live. But more importantly, you've now thrust yourself into the mix in the Eastern Conference. So you got Philly, you got Milwaukee, you got the Nets, and now you've got Miami. This is a team that's got an awful lot of firepower. Nobody in the East has as many playmakers as the Miami Heat do. The question is, how are all of these guys going to play together? Because they do a lot of the same things. But there is no doubt his positive attitude is going to be there for the time his feet hit the ground in Miami, because he's now playing for something meaningful. It might be just short term in Miami, but he's got a chance to play some games with a bright light on it. He wasn't going to see that in Houston.
Legs, I might argue that Lou Williams off the court life may have improved, but
that's fair. But we will digress because I want to get in one more thing. Biggest loser, the man who's drowning his sorrows at the hotel bar right before he dips out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. It has to be Gary Harris. Here's why I say that. He's a starting two guard for Denver. He's a starting two guard for this team. And look, he's been out for over a month, but he's going to come back, and he was going to come back to a team that was going to have a chance to compete for a championship. And a key guy, 30 minutes a night on the Denver Nuggets. Instead, he's going to a team in Orlando that just jettisoned off all of their talent and have put off their hopes so far into the future, he can't see them. The one good thing about it for Gary Harris, he is a lot closer to Disney World, and I love the Country Bear Jamboree. It's one of the most underrated things at Magic Kingdom. He's going to be able to hit Country Bear Jamboree, Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain, all that stuff, but he is not going to see any meaningful basketball the rest of the year in Orlando. So for me, that's got to be Gary Harris.
And he doesn't have to wear a mask. Florida.
What? They wear masks in Florida. I'm from Florida. I was going to say that same thing. At least he gets to go to Disney. I mean, that's fun. He's right there. It's great. That's like the only thing in Orlando. Okay, thanks so much, Tim, for joining us.
Thanks, Legs.
Thanks a lot. You got it.
All right, so we're asking you guys on the interwebs, who was the biggest winner of the NBA trade deadline? Here we have the Nugs, the Heat, the playoffs, or Drizzy. But I want to ask you guys, if you guys were to throw something in here, what would you throw in here?
Trev, you know what I'm throwing in there.
What you got? Because I got Magic City here.
I'm going to say Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, they lost
They took
heavily.
a big fat. I feel like if it was an L.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Sorry. My bad.
They lost.
My bad.
That was an L.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.